All footage covered in the review are rights of Nintendo, NEC, Sega, and SNK. All information is provided by wikipedia.org and various other sites provided. Hello, Wii players, and all those who happen to watch. Like every show, the song has to be introduced, and I don't think I properly gave this show an introduction. Now, here's the reasons why I select the Nintendo Wii as my target of interest. One of the first things I saw with the Nintendo Wii, of course, was its backwards capability, focused on a huge thing that I think a lot of kids need to look back and realize. Games are actually made to be played, not just to gawk at, go, those graphics were intense! I mean, back in the day, Nintendo did that, of course. Back in the day, these graphics were cutting edge, they were sharp, they were great. But the gameplay was there. I mean, it's kind of the same market nowadays, but of course with 3D elements and all that stuff. But for me, 3D graphics always wasn't the key to making the game great. It was gameplay. And I think a lot of the games in the Nintendo Wii has that element. That's why I've chosen it over Xbox 360 Arcade. Now, I'm not a Nintendo fanboy, because you could say that right now, but then you're being a hypocrite about it. Because let's face it, NEC, SNK, Sega are on the back burner for the Virtual Console. So that's a bunch of different companies at the time who had consoles. So pretty much that's like kicking yourself in the mouth about it. I believe that the Virtual Console over and expands our childhoods. They bring back something that we all loved when we were kids. And you wish you'd just come back and sit down and play. Of course, now you can always hook up that Nintendo to your high-definition TV. Yeah, right. It won't work. You know it won't work. Unless, of course, you have a converter. But who wants to spend an extra money, you know? I mean, the Virtual Console, you can download those games. Of course, a lot of people are saying to themselves, I don't want to pay $10, like 9,000 Wii points for a TurboGrafx 16 game when I could just play it in my own house. Okay, pay $200 for a game then. Then we'll see who's crying then. Now, this is one of the topics of interest here. The newest addition to the Virtual Console, which was the Neo Geo. Now, of course, a lot of people are basically, I'll put it in a very blunt forward way of putting it, pissing down his throat because it's saying it's $9. But these are the same people who pay $10 for an N64 game. Now, it's always your option to buy the systems or to buy the games off the system selection list. It isn't like Nintendo's telling you have to buy it yet. They're giving you what you want off the forums. They read the forums and they put the names into the hat and they pick a game and they turn it to emulation and put it into the Virtual Console. Yes, it's basically a crapshoot. You pay $5 to $10 per game. That's basically penny change when it comes to actually trying to get the game on eBay or Amazon, or if you're lucky, if you are freaking lucky, get it on a flea market. But newer technology's changing, you know? And if you still want to enjoy the same great things, you should always look back and try to find ways to backdoor it in an easier way. Yeah, even though the Wii is inflated at the moment, $400, even though it's actually originally valued at $250. There's one thing that I thought that was great about the system. It wasn't basically the Wii remote, you swing your freaking arms around and all that. It wasn't always about that. It was about the Virtual Console part of it. The classic games I grew up and remembered. That I give my opinion about in each show. Now, of course, a lot of people don't agree with everything I say with the show, with the Yoshi stories and all that. They feel that I'm wrong. But, of course, though, folks, this is being a hypocrite about it as well. You're jumping down about my opinion, but I never jumped down about yours. I just merely disagreed and said I didn't like it that much. Now, if you personally like the game, I ain't stopping you from buying it. I'm just giving you a suggestion. Something to look forward to, or play an emulator or something like that off your computer and see if you like it yourself. I just present the game, show what the game plays like. I mean, it isn't perfect, it isn't flawless gameplay, it's just gameplay to get you through, to let you see how it handles and all that, and I try to discuss what the gameplay is like and how it feels. Now, I'm going to give you a suggestion right now, Nintendo, if you can hear me. Now, I talk about all the great systems of all time, but Nintendo, being the bridge builders that they are, they forgot one system in their vocabulary that sold them millions and millions of dollars, even for the GBA. The Game Boy. Now, the games are small, they're compact, they're about as big as NES cartridges. About as big. If not a little tiny bit smaller, a tiny bit bigger, I'm not sure. I can't give you the true specs because all the games are different. But there's a lot of games to the Game Boy that had an amazing feel to them, like Metroid 2. And, of course, I always throw this out there, Zelda. These games had graphics that basically the NES made its jaw drop. Even a little bit later on in the end of NES's time, of course, it did throw out a lot of great titles that pushed the graphics and it pushed the gameplay as much as the caliber. But this little handheld alone did all that. It pushed those graphics on this little cartridge. A cartridge no bigger than your palm. Now, you think about that for a while. Wouldn't you rather scramble around on eBay, buying an old TV, buying all this and that, when you really just want to buy the cutting edge stuff? You get into the cutting edge stuff, you want to buy a plasma TV and all that, and you just want to get a Wii, all the new consoles because you're into that stuff. But there's a child still inside of you that wants to play the older games. Now, wouldn't you rather buy something that can do both, new gen and old gen, to keep it real, how you originally wanted it? Or do you want to sit there and just be like, oh, I guess I'll suck it up and just play this Wii. I'll just play this Xbox, or I'll play this PS3. When you can basically still have your childhood and wait a little bit for the Virtual Console to update the list, and have those games you originally had when you were a kid. Now, I'm not the one to say that every game was bad for the systems. Everyone's opinions are different about the games. But, for me, every episode I make, I hope at least gives you an idea of, is it worth your Wii points? Now, take it easy, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm very thankful that you guys have put your suggestions down. You guys have given me ideas. Give me some pushes, some directions to help me enhance the show's quality, which I'm still working on. You know, trying to get some people to work with me and all that to get the system work, get the flow going well. Pumping out games every day. So remember, folks, my suggestion for Nintendo's Wii: put this on the VC and see how much your sales boost. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if it wasn't for the old games, you would have no game. Thank you guys so much for watching.